forgot to turn my camera on. What's going on? What a day. I had it off. There it is. We're back. What a day. What a day. Oh boy. I'm ready for bed, y'all. Ready for bed. Well, yeah, exciting times, man. We had 850-ish people in the homelessness and race workshop by LA Works. We had 400-ish people in the food insecurity and race workshop. We had over 400 people join the LA Works community on Participate today. We had almost 100 people watching the stream on Participate on YouTube and on Twitch earlier today. We have had probably about 800 people go through the journey of the server. I still can't get my camera to zoom. Streaming is hard, y'all. So here we are. What a day. I would say successful in every measure, every metric that I can think of. Every metric I think that I can think of for what would have been a success for today, I think we've hit. People are absolutely loving the actual world. I'm going to turn on my overhead light and see if it'll pick up my zoom when I do that, because it drives me nuts. Yeah, look, as soon as I turn on my light. Whatever. So we are streaming now on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Mr. Washburn. We're also streaming embedded on my homepage. We're also embedded inside the LA Works Participate community. So a lot of different places you can check the stream out tonight. I hope if you're watching, you come in the chat and say hi. Tell me what you think of the world. Hopefully you had the chance to go through one of the guided tours. I believe the last round of guided tours is happening right now. What a day, y'all. I'm gonna give I'll give a bit of a tour of the world. If you haven't had a chance to, if you didn't get a chance to check out one of the guided tours from LA Works over the day, and you weren't able to check out the stream earlier today, I'm gonna give another kind of guided tour of the world. I started talking to LA Works in September. We started working on the world in November. Yeah. So A lot of work, man. Lot of work. Didn't do a tour, but watched the progress the last few months. Looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I did not sleep well last night. All right, let's head to. This is the White House. Did you know the White House had a swimming pool? It does. And that's actually where it is, which is crazy because it's actually just right outside the Oval Office. So, and there's actually a pathway that takes you to a little, like, the little enclave that is where the pool is. There's also a door that I didn't put in the building, but there's a door and a pathway kind of here and a little, like, entrance. Well, probably closer to here. And then there's, like, little cabanas and stuff back in the trees that we didn't build out. But the pool itself is about this size-ish. Maybe this is a little bit bigger relative to the space, but not much. But yeah, there's literally a pool. The basketball court, which we didn't get a chance to get done, is right over here. So this is where the basketball court is. But we got the rose garden, which looks awesome. It has actual roses in it, which seems lovely. And this is the portico. It goes from the residence to the West Wing. So what's funny, though, is that you have to walk through the West Wing to get to the pool. And if you didn't know, the West Wing is like the main executive offices of the White House. So what's funny is that you have to walk through the executive. So like if Baron Trump wanted to go for a dip in the pool, he had to walk through, the offices of the, all the senior staff to take a dip, which is pretty funny. This is called the Kennedy Garden, y'all. Kennedy Garden. Jackie Kennedy used to hang out here a lot, and there's a lot of really good pictures of her sitting under this little awning area. What do they call that? Pergola. Sitting underneath the pergola. So, and this is actually this room here, which we didn't get time to, like, this would have been an interesting room. I think it's called the garden room. So this is the East Wing, obviously, and the residence. We didn't spend a ton of time on the front side of the White House. We obviously did kind of like the main kind of overpasses, like the that kind of stuff, but and we didn't get a chance to do the OEOB, unfortunately. What a lot of people don't realize is that this area here is actually also secure. And a lot of people actually just walk across the road. This is actually not a road. It's more accurately, it's like a parking lot. So there's like one lane that people drive down the middle, and then on each side there are like diagonal parking spots, which is super interesting. So that's the White House build. It's probably, out of like the three main buildings, this is the least impressive of the three. So no, unfortunately, Fando, you can't join now. I might make the world available to download later, but we're not doing that now. And in order to have joined the world and went through the experience, you had to sign up over the last week or so. About 800 people or so, from what I can gather, ended up touring the world today, which is pretty wild. So there are hundreds of NPCs. All of these NPCs have dialogue. So when you right click on them, they all tell you a story. Michelle Obama. My man Jagmeet Singh. All right, so we're gonna follow the road a bit. I am gonna remind folks to Ice Dragon. Thank you. I don't think you've seen Impressive yet. Stick around. That's in my mind, that White House is the least impressive of the three buildings, the three core buildings of this world. Remember, this world is the White House, the Washington Monument. There's the World War II Memorial, Lincoln Memorial, all of the Smithsonian's. Most of them have been done. Some of them have not. And the Capitol building is the last one. Yeah, we'll get there. I'm gonna follow my. We built a path to guide you through kind of the world, so I'm gonna follow that path, and we're just getting started. If you're here for the first time, I'm Mr. Washburn. I stream Minecraft and I stream World of Warcraft and other kind of random games. I have a YouTube channel and a Discord server. All those links are down below in the panels. So if you're watching and you're you're into this, then please consider following the channel. And please consider checking out the YouTube channel and the Discord server and all of the other stuff that we've got going on. There is a lot of stuff going on. So throughout the world, there are these boards that are really cool. Boards that kind of educate people on different aspects of the world and of the civil rights movement and of the March on Washington in particular. This is the African American History Museum. This is the first main building other than the White House that you come to. It's also where the tour ends. Tour ends right there. So you can see the line goes there, but it comes out there at the end. So that is the final resting spot of us in about a half an hour or so. So there are a number of NPCs. They're all over the place. Again, telling stories of their lives. One of the things that we did that was really cool is we definitely wanted to be inclusive. And we realized that there were quite a few folks that we wanted to highlight that used wheelchairs. So we found a way to make our NPCs sit, and we made them little chairs to sit on. And it looks really cool. So there are a few of those throughout the world. Again, NPCs kind of everywhere. All right. That again is the African American History Museum. And when you come up here, you come to the Washington Monument. The Washington Monument, as far as NPCs go, is home to a number of celebrities and kind of pop culture figures. Trevor Noah right there. LeBron James, Don Cheadle. Again, all of these folks have stories on how they're involved in social justice, activism, civil rights. What a build. Thanks, Nick. What a build. I'm tired. So there's our Washington Monument. It is quite tall. I think proportionately it's probably a little too tall. But it's got a nice, got the pointed top, just as you would expect. Where's Tim Allen and James Wood? I think they missed the cut. They definitely missed the cut. Sadly. I didn't point this out on my last stream, but I think it's important to point out on this stream that I'm just kind of one in a pretty large team of folks that were involved in the work. A lot of folks making skins so that we had realistic characters in the game, realistic people. And then, Steam Cultivator, you see is number 2 on that list, was definitely super important, critical to this work. Janie Laney did a lot of amazing skins. Jassy Ross is kind of the lead person from LA Works. So, super thrilled with all of these folks and their work here. And we've got a little 29th Doctor is Mark, and Mark was super important to the server and making the servers go. We actually we have 21 servers, sorry, running this world right now. So 21 servers. They hold 50 people each. We've had a number of them with a lot of people in them at various points in the day. So it's been pretty busy. And huge thanks to Nodecraft. I don't know if Nodecraft is in the in the chat yet, but they were here with me earlier today when I was streaming on the Participate stream. Almost 100 people watched the stream on Participate today, which is unbelievable. But Nodecraft was our sponsor. Not our sponsor. They were our partner for the servers, and gave us a really great discount. And I thought I'd mention that because if you are also someone looking for maybe a Minecraft server or whatever, I'm actually a Nodecraft partner, so you can go to that link in the chat, nodecraft.com/r/Mr. Washburn, and you'll get 30% off any server that you're looking for any game. How many screens you have there? So that's a great question. Here is my main screen. The camera's right in between the two screens. So I have a main screen here, and I have a screen to my right that is my second main monitor. The camera's right in the middle, and it's hanging down off of a shelf. I have a TV, a 32-inch TV to my right. I have the server status page up, just to make sure that we're always keeping an eye on all 20 of these servers. We are in the middle of kind of the busy time of the servers, so there's quite a few people in the servers right now. Jelly Jiggler, how you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. And then I actually have a laptop down here, and the laptop is doing my moderator for Twitch. So Twitch moderation here, main monitor here, camera right there, second monitor here, TV there. I have 4 screens around me. It's crazy. Hydrate. Sure. It's a Diet Dr. Pepper night. All right. So the next on the trip is the World War II Memorial. Probably one of the, other than maybe the Capitol building, which was by far the hardest thing to build. The World War II Memorial was actually quite hard. If you believe it or not, Minecraft does not like things that are circular. And if you haven't noticed, there are circles or rounded shapes in this in this memorial, and so it was pretty difficult to build. One of the great aspects of this build, in my mind, is doing these waterfalls. So the water is up top at a different level, and then it comes down over the edge into a second level that's at the same level as the World War II memorial. So when you and we were able to replicate that, which is wild, and it looks so cool. The trees are indeed round. Nice. That's awesome. And I think so fun history lesson. There is one of these white kind of like monuments for every state and colony of the United States of America during World War II, which means that there's not 50. And I'd love to see if anyone in the chat knows how many there are, because there are not 50. There were not 50 states and or colonies in the United States at the time of World War II. So we are off by one, I believe. We couldn't fit one more, but we were really close. But it's funny that actually speaks to the scale and the symmetry of it, that we were able to, like, we nailed the scale of it, the size of it, because we were so close to getting the right amount of people in, or right amount of monuments in the World War II memorial. So there are actually more. With the shader pack, yeah. I actually, you know what's funny is that I haven't actually used this in a while. So let's see what this... Oh, I don't have it. I thought I had my resource, my textures. Yeah. No, I don't have the resource pack that I normally use. So this is the default resource pack. So the default skins of the blocks and stuff. But with the shaders. It's pretty great. Why is my... I'm going to turn this down just a little. I'm going to turn this down to like 16. Done. There we go. That's better. Can you port it over to Bedrock and run it with RTX? We can do anything. So I love that we have all of these NPCs just kind of hanging around, observing the March on Washington. So as you come up the mall, I'll stop listening to On Education so I can watch this instead. Just make sure you watch on or listen on Education after. So once we, so then we get to the Lincoln Memorial. So there's a crowd watching a speech from Martin Luther King. And what's really cool about this space here is that all of the folks that are on this platform where we're at the March on Washington, the March for Jobs and Freedom, is what it was actually called, and these folks were all there. We made kind of an interesting editorial choice of turning all of the any activist or civil rights leader who is passed away is grayscale, or grayscale, and any activist or civil rights leader who's alive is in color. So a little bit of an editorial decision, but there are a number of those. And then when you go inside, you're obviously greeted by Lincoln. On one side, on each side of the Washington Monument, or on each side of the Lincoln Memorial, one side is the Gettysburg Address, which I believe is this. And then on the other side is Lincoln's second inaugural address. So we were able to use a mod and put these on the wall, and they look quite good. This is a mural. There's a very gorgeous kind of dark wood mural on the wall. We weren't able to obviously make that, but it's there. So that's that. All right, so that's the Lincoln Memorial. What else do we want to say about this? So one of the interesting things about the Lincoln Memorial is, as it relates to this build, is that the Lincoln Memorial itself is quite a bit larger relative to the turning circle, relative to the roundabout, than it actually is. It's probably, so more accurately, the footprint of the Lincoln Memorial is probably, this green platform you see here, should probably be kind of where this is here, and then everything else be smaller. So, but we had to make it larger, because if it wasn't large, you wouldn't have been able to get any sort of like detail in here. In particular, like, if you can imagine, the pillars would have been quite a bit smaller, right? So have you referenced that in the world instances where the scale is off? No. There's not many. We didn't take many artistic licenses with the way that the world works, other than block choices, due to just the availability of blocks and colors and stuff like that. So, we did it as much as we. So I actually, and I'll say it now because I can, but one of the things I wanted to do is put a little kind of Biden-Harris Easter egg in the world. But we definitely didn't want... Our intent was not necessarily for this to be, political. Though all of us have political views, and certainly I have political views as well. Game and Tech Guy, thank you so much. We're just in the middle of the tour, so hopefully you stick around. Drop a follow on the channel if you haven't yet. We are going to carry on. I actually want to point out, I'm kind of obsessed with the Korean Memorial. I love the chain in between the blocks, in between the wall pieces, to give you the appearance of a guard kind of railing. I love the tall grass, and I love the armor stands with the armor on them. If you've never been to the Korean War Memorial, there are statues of soldiers and they're in a field. And that's, I mean, it's dead on. It looks so good. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, it looks great. So when we follow the road down here, The next, you can see we're about halfway through. So you come to the Martin Luther King Memorial. There's a couple pieces of this that we didn't really nail, I guess, if I was to go back. You know, there are a lot more trees in this space. But the trees would have had to have been handmade, because if we let the trees just grow themselves, it would have been overgrown. It wouldn't have looked right. The other thing is, obviously, you can only do so much in Minecraft when it comes to building a statue at scale, at this scale, you know. So that is our Martin Luther King, and you can see that there are a number of NPCs here as well, and some of them just look so good. Steam Cultivator, Becky Latoff, did these amazing trees, and they're absolutely stunning. They're so gorgeous, and they're everywhere. So all along the coast of the water, the shoreline, are these gorgeous trees. And one of the things that I love pointing out is that she has developed just an absolutely perfect understanding of the mechanics of, you know, the blocks. Just critical for building stuff like this. You have to know, you know, how blocks look, how they look together, and then how other blocks operate and function within them. So she specifically wanted, this is concrete powder. This is the pink concrete powder. And it does not look the same as, like, if you search for pink concrete, you'll see pink concrete and pink concrete powder do not look the same at all. Slay 3K with the host. Thanks, buddy. Welcome in. Good to see you. Happy belated birthday. I think it was yesterday. But you can see that and that don't look nearly as good. Like the pink concrete powder has these like white specks, and when you're building cherry trees, you kind of want those white specks because that's the way cherry trees look. So it's important to know that, because you also have to know how white concrete or pink concrete powder works. And I can actually explain that to you right now. So I'm going to put a piece of concrete powder right here. And you see that when you drop it, it actually falls. It's subject to gravity. So what she did was she put barrier blocks underneath the white concrete powder in the places where she did not want the barrier or the white concrete powder to drop down. So everywhere that she wanted a white concrete powder block to stand on its own, she put a barrier block. And when you remove, you can't see the barrier blocks. So what's cool about a barrier block is that you know it's there, but you can't see it until you actually have it held in your inventory. So when you are just like a normal visitor to the world, you actually don't even know that there are barrier blocks there at all. It is absolutely genius, to be honest, that she did that. And, you know, it's so good. It's gorgeous. And it's perfect. And so these trees are everything. They really are. They're listen, we've been building this world since October, and these trees, there are a couple places that like exemplify the difference between building something and wanting it to be special. And it's, you know, when you spend 3 to 4 hours working on trees, that's the difference. And so that's how you know that this was important to us and to the team and to everyone else, is that, many, many, many hours were put into literally just making these trees. And they're absolutely beautiful. Everyone, by the way, should check out Slay3K. He's an awesome streamer. He's another person who would appreciate attention to detail. He streams City Skylines and a lot of Planet Zoo lately, which is another amazingly awesome game for detailing. And he's building an amazing zoo, and it's beautiful. And he was a guest on my podcast, ! Going live. A lot of zoo. All the zoo, buddy. ! Going live gets you a link. If someone wants to type that in the chat, get you a link to where you can check out the Going Live podcast. It's brand new. 3 episodes. There it is. Not just a podcast about streaming, it's a podcast about streamers. And it's like 3K was my 3rd guest. So we're going to follow this. I actually not sure that I've stopped and looked at what this board says. I didn't know that. There you go. Is there a board on the other side? There's not. That's so cool. It's funny there's a funny story about this. This is the This here is the Holocaust Museum. And what's funny is that right at the end, so last week, on like Friday and Saturday, when did we lock down the world? We locked down the world on Monday. So on Monday, when we were like locking things down, you couldn't build anymore. We really wanted like to squeeze in as much like even rough detailing as possible, giving things some shape. So, I think it was Jeremy came in and just did, a little bit there to the Holocaust Museum. You can see that in a couple other places. Here in particular. Yeah. And this building here, which is the Native American Museum, I think. What does this board say? Ah, yes. Long-winded. Just like me. It's almost like he spoke for a living, among other things. So, I love talking about this whole space here. Everything that's built here was built by Becky Latoff and is absolutely beautiful. She jokes that this building was super easy and this building was super hard. We used World Edit, a tool called World Edit, pretty liberally. And when things are symmetrical, when things are, this building, you could literally cut it in half and it's the exact same. And so that's what you did. You built a corner of it, and then you copied it and you pasted it, flipped it, and rotated it. And it was the next corner. And then you copied that whole side and flipped it around and put it down, and you've built the building. It's really, it changed the nature of our work. Now, that being said, you definitely can't do that with this. There's nothing symmetrical about this building. Except for maybe this roof. So, it's an impressive build. It's an incredibly impressive build. all these little buildings around it. It's just so cool. This little garden in the middle. What kind of block is that? Oh, a warped trapdoor. Interesting. Very cool. It's just an incredible set of buildings here. A merry-go-round. There are these little booths. These little visitor centers are everywhere. We didn't do all of them. We just couldn't get to them all. We should have probably just copied this one and pasted it into where all the other ones are. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Pretty wild, though. They're everywhere. This is a, what'd she call this? A statue garden? So there are some statues in here and stuff. Little garden space. It's lovely. Lovely. $400 hours. Almost 4 months of work. Air and Space Museum. It's got a cool rocket in the front. Some kind of like sort of things on the inside. This is one of the only buildings we have anything on the inside of. But there's this like giant glass wall. And this is the Native American History Museum. Again, one of the last buildings that got any sort of kind of rough edit. There's a board here. Let's read what it says. $250,000 people. It's pretty wild. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. Happy to even show you some things if you want to see. This is the stream to do it. If you want to learn how to do some of this world edit stuff or whatever, I can go somewhere and at least demonstrate it a little if you'd like. March was the largest ever held in DC up to that time. All right, so this is where the Capitol building is. Did lots of world edit back in the day. Nice. All right, so there, I've got it all loaded in. It's pretty incredible. Even like I can't believe we built it, to be honest. Something else, man. I want to take it and chop it at the bottom and kind of around and make a 3D printed version of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you're interested, there is a video on my YouTube channel that is a tour, and it would be lovely if you went and checked that out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That link is down in the panels. Definitely need some love on YouTube. I've got a lot more to come, I think, including the podcast. So you're going to be able to watch and listen to the podcast on YouTube. They are delayed from the actual podcast, but if you want to watch my lovely face interview Slay's lovely face, you'll see that in a few weeks. So there's the back side of the Capitol building. Some of these bits are fun. One of the things that's interesting, so if you were to look at the Capitol building even on Google Earth, it doesn't actually clearly show you that there is a whole underground space under here. So in the up until like 1980, I think it was in the 90s, they renovated this into a pedestrian walkway. This used to be a parking lot. And there are tons of photos of this as a parking lot. And the road was right here. So the road you would drive when you were coming to work at the Capitol building, you would drive right up here and you would drive right in here, and then you would park your car and you would walk in the building. Just like that. So now, this is a pedestrian area, but a lot of people don't realize that there's a whole, like, the actual, like, main entrance to the Capitol building in terms of, like, visitors and the visitor center is underground, under that walkway. And these skylights are there, to let light into that underground area. So if you're going into a tour of the Capitol building, you actually your best way to get in is to go in around back. So you're going to get a fun sneak peek of the end of the world here. But literally, like, there is a road right here, and then the Supreme Court is right here, and the Library of Congress is right here. And so what you would do is you would go to the Supreme Court, you would go to the Library of Congress, and then you'd come back and you'd go up and you'd walk across this walkway, and you'd actually walk underground down here into the entrance of this. And, if I have my say, this would be a really cool way to continue to work on this project, would be to build out, more of the aspects like that. So build out that walkway and build out the inside. And I'd love to build the inside of the rotunda and stuff like that for the Capitol building. I think that would be wild. I guess the last thing I'll say about the Capitol building is that it took about 4 days, maybe not 4 days, like 2.5 days to make the roof. And when I say roof, I don't mean the whole roof. I literally mean just like one of these. For a lot of reasons. But, it's all, again, in the name of kind of getting it right. That, we when you're working on something like this, what you do is, and you would have seen this on stream if you were watching when we were doing this. We did kind of this, and we did this, and we did this, and this. And I think we got out some diamond block. And even I think I pulled out the ice block, and you go and you go, bop, 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 and you go, all right, the roof is blue. Which blue looks more like the roof than the others? And so we tested the roof of the Capitol building in a number of different colors and styles, and came down to this, which is, excuse me, stripped warped hyphae. And the reason why we did that is because there's actually a wood grain here. So if you place one like here and here and here, so you can see, oh, I'm breaking it. So you can see that there's a grain going this way, and there's a grain if you place it this way. So when you place these in a certain direction specifically, it can actually change the entire appearance of some aspects of this, including the way when you look down at this. The way that you look, the way that seems is different, and it really stands out in things like the map. And so when you're trying to like get something like that right, so we actually hand built the roof of the Capitol building. Because if you just drop these down, they don't necessarily always drop down in the direction you want. So you got to make sure that they're dropped down in the right direction. Where will Biden speak on Wednesday? That's a great question. I actually know the answer to that. So, in the inauguration, the speech is, I believe, it's here. So this is like here. There are this is the place they walk out of. There are seats here and here, and then there are rafters here and here. And then this is where like the main seating is. There's seating here and here and here. And then once you get out, you get into like the main crowd. Yeah, this is the front side. So there it is, folks. There it is. Yo, if that's not worth an Amazon Prime sub, I don't know what is. Just kidding, I don't. It's a good one, though. Hashtag sales. Sell that sub. There it is. Posture check, yes. Thank you. I actually have a very bad back. And so I've got to remind myself to sit up straight. There are some NPCs down here. AOC. Who somehow even looks sexy as an NPC skin. I don't know how that happened. Maxine Waters, Karen Bass, Corey Bush, Siri. All right. We're moving on. So there are a couple really cool, I keep a couple really well done, kind of even the quick builds. I love this glass. It's like black stained glass. It looks so good. This wall looks amazing. That didn't get. So we missed out on a bunch of the actual Smithsonian's. We just ran out of time. We tried to do some of the faces. Our friend Brad Schreffler, who I don't think is watching. Friend Brad Schreffler helped build this one a little bit on one of his streams one night with Becky and I. And then you come back to the African American History Museum. One of the only liberties we took with the world that is completely out of like sync with the way the world things are in the real world is this stairway here. So the tour ends at this this Hall of Reflection, I think it's called, in the African American History Museum. We did not want to make an entrance inside the building, but we did want people to go down into the Hall of Reflection, so we built a stairway. And it looks pretty amazing. It's making my head hot. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it was meant to be. So one of the key aspects of this whole experience was to encourage the visitors to reflect and to think and to learn about a lot of different things. And so we brought them here to do that. And in the guided experience, in the facilitated experience, you're kind of given a provocation, an incitement to think and to reflect on Martin Luther King and social justice and civil rights. And then you and then what happens is at the end of the tour, folks are invited. So the whole world is unbreakable. You can't break any blocks in it except for these 3 squares right here. So you're invited over here, and you're invited to build something, anything that you want. It looks like someone has been in this world and built something here. Remember, this is a live server. This isn't one of the ones that was used mainly, though. I thought I would show you, though. Because LA Works tweeted while I was... There they are. Some of the things people built. And what I thought I would do is switch scenes so that you can't see the servers, and then pop into, let me refresh. Four and 6 are down. Wonder why. Let me go into 1. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. All right, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Yeah. Yeah, you're telling me. Wow. Let's see what else we got over here. Oh my God, look at all this stuff. Very cool. So these are some of the things we invited. Oh, there's someone still in here. Who's that? Hello. Wow. That's awesome. Let me see assign streams. Let's pop into another server. There are lots of people on 7. So let's go to 7. You can tell that 7's one of the servers I haven't actually been to since we reinstalled it, because I don't have any of the map discovered. Actually, I should be able to do warp build. There we go. All right. Welcome to server 7. I have a dream. Oh, this is cool. So they built underground and they built a train. It's a nice heart. Some aliens. Lincoln Memorial with a dragon head. It's quite the that's cool. Yeah, you know, so when what happened at the Capitol happened, we all had the kind of the people in charge Oh, there's a sound coming from the. Oh my god. There's sounds coming from that. Hear that? This whole space has sound. Here, let me turn off my I'm gonna pause my music for a second. Check this out. What? Oh my god. Where is that coming from? I need to know where the music is coming from. I guess it's a jukebox, right? It must be the jukebox. There must be it that can't be note blocks. That's got to be a jukebox somewhere. I am dying to know where that jukebox is. No. Anyways, wow. Fun. So this whole zone has like theme music. So anyways, one of the conversations we had was about not letting people build. We were worried about, vandalism. We were worried about, trolls and griefers, and to be perfectly honest, we were worried about hate groups potentially coming in. And the original intent of the server was to actually have, a quite a bit larger space available for reflection. Quite a bit more space available for reflection than is now. And we kind of compromised. There was definitely a group of people that didn't want people to build at all. And I'll admit that I was probably one of those people. But we made a compromise, and I'm so glad we did. Because the building by the folks that have participated has turned out so incredibly nice and even sweet. We've had to deal with, a couple griefers, but we're really good at banning people. Oh, Janie Laney. Janie Laney's in the server. Where's Janie? So we let's go back to the build. Build. Allowing people to build in a dedicated space was a good move. Yeah. We just had to do some extra work. We just had to do some extra work to make it a little safer than it originally was. Once we did that, why did I give myself a minecart with a hopper? Let's do this one. I made the High of a Dream sign. I was just showing people that. It is so cool. Let's go. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh. Ah. Oh no! I just broke his thing. I'm so bad. I just broke it. Here. I know how to build things in Minecraft. I can fix it for you. Oh man. So much breakage. Much destruction. You know when the Do you know where the music is coming from? Yeah, we were looking for the jukebox. There's obviously a jukebox somewhere, right? Look at all these minecarts. This is the backup. Oh, see, yeah, it goes what's the deal with this bit? I'm gonna fix this guy's There we go. That's cool. Oh. Yo, good. Fixed. Oh, there's a whole other part. Oh, there's the jukebox. Oh. Whoa. Oh my god, there's like Oh, here's the jukebox. There it is. Very cool. Look at all this. They built like a little secret compartment down here. I dig it. How do you get, okay. How do you get out of here? How do you get out of here? I guess you just like go up, right? Wow. Watch this. Warp. Build. Bye-bye. Well, that's great. I didn't know it was... That is a legitimately serious roller coaster. Wild. Wild, y'all. That was cool. That was super cool. Good job. I don't think I was expecting the underground bit. I don't even see where it takes you. Oh, you go down here. Come. Everything you built for the MLK tour was amazing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of people. It wasn't just me. There was a whole crew of folks. I have a dream. That's cool. I'm going to take a new screenshot of that now that the white or the blue thing is. There we go. Nice. So awesome. I'm honestly amazed at how cool the building piece of this has been. I was not expecting it to go as well as it did. Like, not even at all. Well, friends, are there any questions about anything? Is there anything I can show you? Is there anything you want to see? Is there anything you would like to know? I am happy to continue sharing and talking about this. Let's see. Let me switch servers and see if there's anybody else doing anything else. And yo, if you're here for the first time and you're watching me for the first time, please hit that follow button on Twitch. Please follow me. I stream Minecraft. I stream World of Warcraft. Stream a lot of different games and a lot of different content. Would love for you to come back and hang out more, be part of this community. I have a Discord channel. I have a YouTube channel, a Discord server, sorry, a YouTube channel. A great podcast about streaming and streamers called Going Live. If you type !Going Live, you can learn more about the podcast and listen to the first 3 episodes that are now out. !Going Live. Actually, I will do it for you because I want you to see it. Going Live. Go check out the podcast. Let's see what other servers. So I believe 7 is the last. 7 is the last server. You're it. This is it. Wow. Whew. I can't believe this day is almost done. Unbelievable. Could you post the links for the virtual March and for this current stream? Post the links where? I'm not sure what you mean. My stream is twitch.tv/Mr. Washburn. Oh, if you're watching in the... Oh! Yeah, if you're Oh, no, wait. If you're watching in the channel, in the... Or we can find them. Or where we can find them. Well, so you follow... You watch on Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Washburn. That is the links to the virtual... Well, and... The page for the whole event was laworks.com/MLK. But obviously you can't sign up for anything now. It's over. This is it. We have I imagine we have 3 guests on the server, and when they're logged out, we're shutting the servers down. If you want to continue to learn more, where we're sending people is to go.participate.com/MLK2021. If you want to go there, if you actually join the LA Works Participate community, and go through the course that they've created there, you can be entered in a draw to win some airline tickets, which will be valuable when you're allowed to travel again. So that's go.participate.com/MLK2021, and join the Participate community. Again, I would love if you followed me here on Twitch, and join this community as well. I stream Minecraft, I stream World of Warcraft, and a bunch of other games. Go Dodgers, thank you so much. Great sign. I'm looking at it right now on the stream. It's great. Thanks for following. Thanks for making me drink. Appreciate that too. Oh, mention that a virtual video. Let me see if I can find that for you right now. So, what we're actually kind of referring to here is a stream that we did earlier in the day. That's more of a, a guided tour of the day. Videos. Live. LA Wakes Day of Service. Copy. All right. So if you would like a replay of the kind of a guided tour of the world, you can actually go to this video here on YouTube. It's a stream from earlier today that I did with Becky on the Participate channel. Had almost 100 people watching on Participate earlier today. Do you think these servers will be updated at more detail for next year, or is that to be determined? I would say it's very much to be determined. I would say that a lot of this exceeded people's expectations. How many folks were able to participate? So, here are some basic numbers, and they're huge. Okay. Probably about 700 or 800 people were in the servers at some point today. So 700 or 800 people got a guided tour of the world. Over 400 people joined the community on Participate. Again, that link is in the chat. go.participate.com/MLK Day 2021. There are 446 members of the Participate LA Works community now. Almost 900 people watched a webinar on homelessness and race, and almost 500 people watched a webinar on food insecurity and race related to the work that LA Works was doing today. Both of those webinars were streamed, and I believe that those videos are available on their YouTube channel. Yeah, so lots of numbers. Lots of people were able to participate. We had over 100 people watching the stream this afternoon, and we've had up to 35 or 40 people watching the stream tonight, which is great. So that is that. We're incredibly. I joined Participate. Caught your earlier stream. Was wondering if there's a stream of someone's guided tour. I am not 100% sure on that yet. Obviously, their guided tours were a lot more. There's a script, right? So they were reading from a script, and a lot more, formulaic, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I am not 100% sure. There might be, but I'll let them, share that. You should follow LA Works on Twitter. It's at LA Works Now on Twitter. At LA Works Now on Twitter. I'm at Mr. Washburn on Twitter. You've seen kind of in the video. You've seen my Twitter handle fly by a couple times. At Mr. Washburn on Twitter. At Mr. Washburn on Instagram. YouTube channel link is in the panels down below as well. What a day. What a day. Seemed earlier that a lot of other folks were looking for that as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they did. They may have done that. I'm not 100% sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We worked very hard to bring this all together. So I am glad that so many people got to come and take a look at it and experience it and visit all of the places and take a look at it all. Felt pretty good. I don't know why some of it's not showing. All right, y'all. I'm gonna call it a night. I had a very long day. And I got in my first exercise on my Peloton today, and it kind of kicked my butt. So I am gonna relax. I have a crazy day tomorrow as well. Again, please, if you're not following me here, please hit that follow button and come back and see me again another time. I stream on, typically I stream on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays. I stream Minecraft, I stream World of Warcraft. I'm planning on starting to stream Flight Simulator a little bit. I have a great computer, and I just got some flight sticks that I'm planning on taking advantage of. So if you'd like to see any of that, come and hang out. Discord channel is down in the panels. YouTube channel, all of that stuff, all the ways to get a hold of me at Washburn Twitch, on Twitter, as you just saw, at Mr. Washburn on Instagram, all the ways to reach out and get a hold of me. I am not going to throw this stream to another streamer. We're done for the night, and don't want to saddle LA Works with a raid that they may not have approved of. So thank you everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your day if you had a chance to take a look at the world and spend some time in it. A lot of work by a lot of people went into making all of this happen. And it's been a long few months. Here's another great look at all of the amazing people who spent some time working with us. I'll shout them all out as well. Amazing work to tons of folks that worked on this project in any number of ways. What an awesome team to work with. And I'm so happy that I got a chance to do this. It is absolutely one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I'm excited to do it all again another time. We'll see. All right, y'all. I am out. I hope y'all have a great night. Stay safe. Wash your hands. We'll see you soon.